Good morning, everybody. Welcome, Cap Nation Live. We're late. Good morning, everybody. Sunday, the 21st of March. Second round action getting ready to go down today. Welcome, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. I am late. I did show up late. I woke up on time. Woke up with one of those pounding headaches, just like absolutely smacking me in the face. So I laid my head back down. And you never lay your head back down, because when you do, you just don't wake back up. And I did the cardinal sin. I laid the head back down, and that was all she wrote. The damn dog didn't wake me up. Nobody woke me up. So try and wake up at 4:30. Next thing you know, it's 7. Interesting day yesterday. But hey, we're here. We're here. Pop a couple Excedrin and grab a cup of coffee when I get to the office. And we keep rolling forward. So but we're here. We're here. We made it. We made it. Northender says FC's write-ups were fire. That's why you don't let a bad day or week scare you away from someone you believe in. I'm sure he definitely appreciates that. It's no joke that he did not shit the bed yesterday. He had one off. That Roman fight, unfortunately, didn't end out, too well for him. Other than that, if you read the write-ups, and during the members-only live show, I know not everybody was, privileged to that, other than YouTube-exclusive members. But when he came on the live show yesterday, he was very specific. On this card, you want to read the write-ups. You want to read the write-ups. And in the write-ups, it was parlay with this prop that, prop this, parlay this, parlay that, as added bonuses. And no, he's not going to count that towards the record. But if you read the write-ups, you didn't just read what the pick was. You actually read the write-ups, and you dissected it. You had an amazing UFC day yesterday. One second, folks. The big Sunday guarantee play is going down later on. Jake, if you're watching, brother, I'm activating your account. I just saw that Cash App payment come through. Villarreal opens up to a quick 1-0 lead, and then literally 4 minutes later or less just gives up a goal right now. Wow. The Sunday guarantee play is posted for everybody that was asking earlier, or shooting me a text message asking. Remember, if you have multiple packages on the website, you need to turn your phone sideways, scroll down. Oh, they took the goal away. There we go. Goal correction, baby. Still 1-0. Make sure you turn your phone sideways. Click the small little box that's got 4 windows in it. Second round action today, and it's getting good. Sadly, my futures, obviously Virginia went down yesterday. That sucks, I had a straight bet on them and a futures bet. I just believed in Virginia a little too much with some clouded judgment that they'd have, 7 days with no practice, travel, halfway across the country without any, formal practices and be able to, be on their game shape. I thought Tony Bennett, if there was one coach on one team that would be able to overcome that, would be Tony Bennett. And, definitely Definitely overlooked that one. But futures are looking good. The only one that I'm disappointed about is the West bracket. I got USC, Kansas, and Oregon all in the fucking West bracket. And sadly, one's not going to have a chance to take out, Gonzaga before they all take out each other. So whoever of that bracket, or of my futures on that three on that bottom half of the bracket, I will do, Nick. Whoever on that bottom half of that West bracket is able to advance, assuming they beat Oregon, or not Oregon, but Iowa, is going to have to be able to take out Gonzaga. I wish one of them would have an opportunity to take out Gonzaga beforehand. But nope. Bottom half of that West, for me, is definitely thick. I've got 3 out of the 4, so I have a good opportunity, hopefully, to at least send one of my futures to the Elite Eight. Hopefully, it'll be Oregon versus either USC or Kansas, and then I definitely have one going to the Elite Eight against, more than likely, Gonzaga. But hey, maybe they'll get upset by Oklahoma. I doubt it. But maybe it's possible. Or maybe, not the way Creighton played. That'll be a wrap before it ever started. But I do have Florida State in the East as a future. Hopefully it'll end up being Florida State and Michigan to advance to the Elite Eight. I like my chances there. I will definitely put my chances there, and hopefully Andre, yeah, a big game before Iowa would probably have definitely helped, but it's not like they were held out of practice. I know they went immediately to the practice facility to go hold a practice and a workout. So, they kept the conditioning going, and that part I liked about it. But, we'll definitely see. It's going to be they have a tall task. Hold on one second. Let's see. The other side. Nothing going on in the Midwest for me. The Midwest bracket. Nothing. And that's going to be a good bracket. That's the one side that I don't have anything on. But out of the South, I do have Florida at plus 15,000. I like my chances to send Florida to the Elite Eight. I like Florida's chances to make it out of the second round, hopefully, against Oral Roberts. But that damn pesky Oral Roberts team, we know what they've been doing lately. Assuming Florida gets by them to the Sweet 16, either Texas Tech or Arkansas, I like my chances. I like my chances if they get by Oral Roberts in the Sweet 16 to advance to the Elite Eight, which would most likely, and that one's up for grabs. Villanova in the Sweet 16 against either Baylor or Wisconsin. And we all know Baylor's beatable. Daryl, you can't locate your Sunday guarantee play. You need to turn your phone sideways. Turn your phone sideways like this. Scroll down by your username. Right underneath your username is a small little box with 4 little windows in it. Click on that box. Oral Roberts is going to be pesky. As long as Florida gets by, I like my chances to see Florida in the Elite Eight. And I would put Florida up against, I think Baylor would probably give them a run for their money. Wisconsin, I think Nova would be a fair matchup to go to the Final Four. But I've got Florida at plus 15,000. So I think I might have a hedging opportunity if they were to make it to the Elite Eight. Marlo, I don't have anything yet on that game. Hold on one second, guys. Helping somebody find how to unlock their screen. Remember, if you have your screen lock on from rotate, you won't be able to see that small little box when you turn your phone sideways. Rich, right? I hear ya. I can handle it. I do have a massive migraine, and it's not going away. But hey, we're here. We'll push right through it. We'll push right through it. Big Afro, what do I think about Ohio making the Sweet 16? If Creighton plays like they did against UC Santa Barbara, then yeah, Ohio is definitely going to have a great opportunity. Ohio will definitely have a great opportunity if Creighton plays like they did their last two games. Now, if we get, vintage Creighton, the Creighton that you guys were all in love with all season long, then no. Then no, I don't think that, Ohio will advance. But, I mean, if we get the Creighton that we've seen the last two games that they've played, then yeah, I think they'll definitely have an opportunity. No doubt about it. But if we get that vintage Creighton that, you guys remember, go back 5 weeks, 4 weeks. The chat was so high on Creighton, the live chat, and I wasn't. I haven't been a big Creighton backer the entire season. But if you guys go back, if we were to rewind and rewatch some of those live shows, the live chat was all over Creighton. Creighton, the best team in the country this. Creighton, the best team in the country that. Creighton this, Creighton that. Creighton's going to win it all. Creighton's going to go deep in the tournament. Creighton this, Creighton that is all I read in the live show. You guys, Kyle, do you like Creighton? No. Kyle, do you like Creighton? No. Kyle, do you think Creighton will go far in the tournament? No. But if we get that Creighton that impressed all of you guys all season long for the most part, not what we've seen in the last two games, if they get that under check between yesterday and today, then Ohio shouldn't stand a chance. I mean, they really shouldn't, theoretically. But it's March Madness. Ohio's playing excellent basketball. Creighton's playing just, god awful hoops. And they're lucky to be in the second round. Creighton's lucky to be sticking around. CT72 says the migraine is the knowledge of the goat trying to escape. Well, it doesn't feel so swell. Yeah, Creighton can definitely be good. Yeah, if, that three ball is on, the three ball is off, then it's no good. It's no good if that's the case. Wisconsin's so trappy. Wisconsin can be a hit or miss. I think that's going to be a hell of a game. I think that's going to be a hell of a game, man. I really do. Just let me log into Bet Online. We'll roll over the odds, and we'll start breaking down the games. Keep in mind, we're going to have a members-only live show for the Cap Nation family members. Cap Nation family members, that is the $14.99 membership. The live show today will be for you guys. We will have a members-only live show in a little while, a couple hours. So a little less than 3 hours. So this live show won't be as long, obviously. I was a little late to the party. How about that USC Trojans yesterday? The downside to my Trojans is they have to play Kansas right away. I have a futures on Kansas, and I have a futures on USC. Both have about the same liability. I've got 500 to win 50,000 spread out on USC at Bet Online. 5 individual $100 bets, which was the max that I was able to bet at plus 5,000, or excuse me, plus 10,000. I bet it 5 times. And then I've got 3 individual ones on Creighton for double that, about just right under $1,000, but to win 44. So to win 44 and win 50 and on my futures liabilities, and they got to face each other. It sucks. I have a very small one on Oregon at plus 10,000 as well. Sucks. 3 of my 5 futures are all in the same fucking bracket. We'll have to, knock each other off before they even have a chance to, face Gonzaga. Tim says he's looking at an Illinois and Texas Tech moneyline parlay. Edward says, watch Illinois lose or some weird parlay buster. They're making that line 7 for a reason. I mean, Illinois should dominate. They should dominate, but it's March. That's a close line right there. You got Loyola Chicago catching 7. Illinois laying 7 over and under set at 133. In the Baylor and Wisconsin game, we've got Baylor laying 6 minus $1.15, or Wisconsin plus 6.5 minus $1.15, over and under 136.5 in that game. In the West Virginia and Syracuse game, you have Syracuse laying, or catching, 4 at minus $1.15, or West Virginia laying 3.5 at minus $1.15. Same juice, half a point discrepancy. Sawyer says Colorado is one of the most underrated teams in the tournament. Yeah, I guess maybe it's my Pac-12 love and hate for Colorado that just doesn't see it and sees them being overvalued and all of that. But March is a crazy time. March brings out the best in teams and the madness, and we always have that Cinderella story. Is Colorado going to be it? Goddamn, I hope not. But it's great for the Pac-12 to see the Pac-12 advancing. Colorado, UCLA, Oregon by virtue of COVID, USC getting by Drake. It's good to see, for me anyways, as a fan and being on the West Coast, to see the Pac-12 advance. But much like J-Rock, being a Arizona fan, watching, Arizona State, the Sun Devils, drop out is always, makes them happy. And then UCLA and then USC, Oregon, right there, you're probably, tied for second. And then Colorado, just because his, love for his own team. But yeah, to see Colorado having success, it's good for the Pac-12. Me personally, I'm still not a backer of Colorado. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm so biased when it comes to the other teams. But then again, you can see I've got futures on a few of the Pac-12 teams, and Colorado is not one of them. Colorado is not one of them. But I don't know. It just could be complete bias that, I'm not giving Colorado any love. Andre says Illinois should dominate. They are a different beast. I agree. 100% hands down. I'm going to be honest with you guys. We're going to break down this game. Illinois should dominate. But it's that damn Loyola Chicago Cinderella story every year you got to worry about. But they should dominate. I mean, they are a complete different program and an absolute different beast, as Andre was just saying. They should definitely handle Loyola Chicago, and we're going to touch on that game. We're going to jump right into that here in just a minute because I know it starts in 24 minutes roughly. Syracuse catching 4, as I was saying. Texas Tech laying 2. Arkansas +2. Rutgers catching 7.5 against Houston. Laying 7.5 or 7, depending on where you get that line in the juice at. Florida laying 9 against Oral Roberts later on today. I do have a futures bet on Florida. North Texas catching 6 against Nova. Interesting number there. Yeah, Sister Mary or whatever her name is. That's going to be there's the wild card of the tournament every year, right? But that Nova line, Nova only laying 6, and then you've got the Beavs. The damn Beavs, Oregon State going up against Oklahoma State. Are they finally going to get sent packing? Or is Oregon State going to continue to make me look like a dipshit every time I say they're going home? They keep advancing with ease. Are the Beavs finally going home? Again, much like Colorado, I'm definitely not high on the Beavers at all. Send them home. Actually, no, actually don't send them home. Knock off some of those teams first. Rather than them go home, knock off some quality teams, couple upsets, and then you get beat by somebody we got a futures on. Karen C. Sister Mary should be in church, not a basketball game for Sunday. I agree. Vinny G says Oregon State, and I'm going to add Colorado to the mix here, are like a fly that just doesn't stop bugging you. But hey, let them knock off some teams along the way. I mean, if Oregon State was able to get rid of Oklahoma State, boy, does that make, the path for the Fighting Illini that much easier. If Colorado goes up against Florida State, so hopefully they get sent packing right away. Adam says she's 101. She can do what she wants. Damn straight. I hope I'm blessed to live 101 years old. I hope so. I hope I can grace my presence and keep on pissing people off until I'm 101. Andre says she got the vaccine so she could travel with the team and be there front and center, which is amazing. It really is. It really is. Rich, I agree. The Angry Beavers. The Angry Beavers are definitely not ready to go home. But, if they could knock off, I'll be honest, if they could knock off Oklahoma State and somehow give Illinois a run for their money in the Sweet 16, hey, I'd be happy. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I don't have a futures bet on Illinois. I wouldn't mind seeing them go. The path to a national championship for one of these teams that I got a future on, either Florida, Florida State, USC, Kansas, or Oregon, will definitely be a lot easier if the Fighting Illini are not in the national championship on the other side. All Pac-12 national championship. Can you imagine that one? Can you imagine an all Pac-12 national championship? Can you imagine USC against Oregon State for all the marbles? Wouldn't that be funny? An April 5th showdown. That would be great. Big Afro would have a perfect bracket if it wasn't for Ohio State. Andre says that'd be by far the weakest championship ever. Can you imagine, though? Could you imagine? I don't think anybody would tune in to watch it. It would be the worst advertising selling national championship in the history if it was USC against Oregon State. I'm not going to lie. I'd love to see, maybe USC and Florida, 1 second, guys. Trying to help a customer. Penny, you love the Sunday guarantee play. I agree with you on that one. I like it too. Sawyer says, what a game tomorrow between Kansas and USC might be the best of the tournament so far. I'm definitely looking forward to that matchup. I hope whoever advances out of that matchup goes to at least the Final Four. Just because I've got futures on both of those teams. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second. Does anybody know? I'm trying to help a customer on their phone. And they can't get the screen rotate lock off on their iPhone and it doesn't show up on the swipe. when you swipe down on the upper right-hand corner. Does anybody know in the general settings on the iPhone how to turn off your screen lock button, your rotate lock button, if you can't pull it up on your screen for like the swipe down in the right-hand corner? Like I could turn mine off and on by swiping, down in the right-hand corner. Any of you guys know if there's a rotate button somewhere or in the settings? If so, I'd greatly appreciate it. Rich, no, I'm a Mac guy. Daryl, you found it? Very nice, very nice. Once you find it once, brother, you'll always be able to find it. Bronco Devil wants to know, does Oral Roberts kill my bracket and then get crushed in the second round? You know, I'm hoping they get crushed by Florida. Yeah, Brent, he can't swipe down. Like on mine, I can swipe down. So if you can't swipe down, then what do you do? Because I can swipe down on mine, but apparently he can't. Yeah, Jesus Hoffenheim definitely laid the egg this morning. Nick, I haven't got an update, which no update is a good update. I'll let you know in 3 minutes plus stoppage time. But as of right now, we're looking good. But then again, 3 minutes plus stoppage time. Yeah, Stacy, the swipe apparently isn't working on that on his phone. The swiping down in the upper right-hand corner. Yeah, I know all that part. All right, so we're going to jump into games. We're going to take a look at that first one on the Illini. Yeah, Brent, it's an iPhone. It's an iPhone. William, it's a good suggestion right there. Vike, it's under accessibility. Where do you go for under accessibility? Out of curiosity. Yeah, it should be stock on swipe down. Do you know where under accessibility? Yeah, Dan. Thank you. Thank you, Daniel. I know that part. I know the swipe down. Yeah, the Illinois game about to start 15 minutes. We're going to take a look at that one here in a minute. Mike, if you know where it is under accessibility, if you let me know, I'd greatly appreciate it. And that way I can relay the message. All right, so we're going to take a look at the Illini game against Loyola Chicago. Should definitely be a good one in my opinion. Are we rolling with Illinois? Well, we're going to take a look at that one. Got plenty of time for that. Still got 10 minutes, 9 minutes, 8 minutes. Just kidding, 9 minutes. All right, take a look at this one, guys. The numbers on this one. Fighting Illini up to 7, minus $1.10. Loyola Chicago plus 7. Over and under set at 133. Taking a look at the numbers. That side-by-side comparison. Obviously, Loyola Chicago rolling. Yes, in their other game just the other day against Georgia Tech, smashing them by 11. And as Christopher pointed out, you know, the only top 25 team they played all season long was Wisconsin, and they got beat down by 14, 77-63. You know, the Fighting Illini, the real quick, you know, wrap-up of, you know, the Fighting Illini versus Loyola Chicago. We don't need to, you know, go over what Illinois has done to get to where they're at. A whole different beast. You'll have a, you know, not just, you know, the inch height advantage on average per player, you know, coming out of Illinois, you know, not just that aspect. Just the way they play, the way they're coached overall. You know, the Fighting Illini, 55.7% shooting from the field, 37.5% conversion from three-point range, converting their, you know, their two-point plays at a rate of 55.5% of the time. Vike, I love it. I love it. The one aspect of the Fighting Illini that I don't like is their free throw shooting. And they're just under 69% from the charity stripe. They went 4 of 8 from the line the other day in their game against Drexel. They were only on the line 8 times. Levi, maybe it is the iPhone 1. Dave says you would figure Illinois will eventually wear them down. You know, I do agree. You seen that with Arkansas. You seen that with Kansas. We didn't see it with Virginia, obviously. You know, you take a look at that game. You go back to that game where Loyola Chicago lost by 14 to Wisconsin. And it was a 31-26 first half number. 31-26. Wisconsin led by 5, ultimately outshooting them in the second half by an extra 9. Total ended up beating them by 14. Easy peasy, right? It's no different from what I expect today. Illinois should be able to outmuscle them, out-hustle them, and, you know, outplay them, not just up on the boards, but overall, all aspects of this game, the Fighting Illini should be able to dominate. Loyola Chicago struggles with those offensive rebounds. Getting a second look opportunity against Illinois, not going to happen. Very few. Illinois is holding teams to 22.1% offensive rebounds. All right? That means they're nabbing defensive rebounds at a rate of 77.9% of the time. They nab offensive rebounds when they're on offense at a rate of 32.6% as well, giving themselves second opportunities, more points up on the board as well. I mean, there's no denying Loyola Chicago can definitely shoot. Oregon, what is the free play? I haven't given one. I think that's the only thing you've ever contributed here when you come here. You always ask, what is the free play? Nick, Villarreal first half money line is a winner. Villarreal first half money line for the soccer package is a winner. 1-0 at the half. Ching! Nothing like a little minus 105 action for us. As far as the Illini in Chicago go, if it was less, and the line is actually dropping. Literally in the last couple minutes, it was minus $1.15 at 7. It's now minus 105. Okay? which means you can get 6.5 minus $1.15. I do like Illinois laying the 6.5. I do like Illinois laying the 6.5. I am going to be betting it, but not much. It's a $500 wager for me, whereas, premium plays and my personal plays, I'll have $3K on. Sad, but, premium plays yesterday with that goose egg costed us some money. But thank God, guaranteed Saturday. The max fight pick, my personal plays all had a winning day. Soccer had a winning day. And that soccer game of the week, that line dropped to 150, and I hammered the snot out of that 5 minutes before that match started. I got to tell you, there's a lot of fucking losers on the board from yesterday. A lot of free play losers on the board from yesterday. It's sad. It was disgusting. And you guys know we bounce back strong, and we're going to bounce back first thing this morning with the Illini. That line dropping to minus 105, which means you can get them at 6.5 minus $1.15. There you go. You can be able to see it now. Should be able to see it now. Fighting Illini laying 6.5 minus $1.15. Lock those bets in now. That way you don't miss it. Game time. And this one, guys, this one may be one that presents a very good live betting opportunity. And what I mean by that is, let's just say Loyola Chicago opens up to an early lead. They get up by 8 or 9 early. It may present itself a solid live betting opportunity on Illinois. But if Illinois jumps out to a big lead, we won't have that opportunity. So it may be something, for all the live bettors out there. Something that you watch. And you watch and you pay attention for. If if Loyola Chicago opens up to a good lead, you may be able to find them where they're at 2.5 or laying 3. 1 second here, folks. Just popping up the other stuff. We're going to break down a few of the games. Now, I'm not going to be live for too long. I do apologize. Super late start today. Probably going to get my ass chewed by the boss for being late, but hey, whatever. Whatever. I can handle it. I'm a big boy. Jesus, BetOnline has it at 7 minus 105, so if you click the drop-down box, you can get it like I did at minus 6.5 minus $1.15. If you notice, the board had minus $1.15 on it. So if you click the drop-down box next to your bet after you highlight it, where it says minus 7 minus 105, click that. You can get it at 6.5 minus $1.15. I don't even consider that buying a half a point because you're paying. Well, I guess you are. But you're adding 5 cents onto what normal juice would be. Fast Freddy, I do agree with you. They are definitely due for a monster win. They are definitely due for a monster win. That is for sure. That is for sure. Man, all these March Madness spam text messages. I've won 19 straight. Sign up with me right now. No thanks. Oregon, you're going to wait until the game starts and you live bet it. Well, hopefully you get a live bet opportunity. Very nice, Jesus. Did I play sports? I played baseball. Baseball and ice hockey as a kid. All right, so we're going to jump into some more breakdowns. We're going to do a couple more for you guys. And then we're going to call it a wraps. I will be live at 2:30 Eastern time for the members-only live show. Next one we're going to take a look at, that Syracuse and West Virginia game. Take a look at that good old Syracuse and West Virginia game. Good old Q's, baby. Rich says a bunch of angry beavers surrounded Kyle's truck in the driveway, and he had to fight them off to get to the office, right? The damn Oregon State Beavers. Man, they are like that pesky fucking fly that just does not go away. But hey, Marco says, I don't think competitive eating was a sport. You better be fucking kidding. I'm going to bounce you. Just kidding. Sadly, I don't actually eat that much. 6 foot, 227. With a set of chicken legs, I'd have to say that I'm not that big. I'm not that big. William, you reply that you're with Cappers Direct and they don't text back. Very nice. I love it, brother. I love it. I love it. If you guys remember, we used to prank them all the time on the phone. They used to call in and call and bug me all the time. And we used to have some fun with them. I'm seeing if any of these are... See if we can get one to call in and have some fun. Art says your futures are on Kansas and Syracuse. I've got one on Kansas, and, unfortunately I got one on USC on the other side. Jesse T says just got Illinois at -5.5 live. Very nice. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Just turning on that game. We'll get that one up on the screen. Well, I will anyways. Can't show it to you guys. I wish I could. We should be able to have the games on in the background. Rich says, I thought Kyle was 6'4", 240 and played linebacker for the Trojans when Bush was winning the Heisman trophies. Right? Fast Freddy says the Beavers are like the Major League Baseball pesky Reds. That they are. All right, now we got the game on the big screen over there. Lucky you got it live at -5.5 as well. I'm hanging out. I'm watching. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see what we get live. If they go down another point or two, maybe get them better than 5.5. They're going to have to play better defense than that, down 6-2 early. They're definitely going to have to play better defense than that. They're actually -4.5 right now at BetOnline. Great defense. Great defense by Loyola Chicago. All right. Keep monitoring the line. We might get a better line. Might get us a nice big live bet opportunity here. Maybe not. As soon as... It's early for Illinois. They're playing early. As soon as they win... Another great defensive set there by Chicago. That should give us a better line. They're up 9-2. Illinois laying 3.5. Rich says, let's all pitch in and get Kyle a massage chair so he never leaves us. You know what's funny? This office chair has a built-in massager, but it broke. It broke. Alex says another birthday hangover in Sin City. You know, I don't mind. You know, Illini are down to 2.5 with a money line minus 185. I don't mind this one right now. You know, and I should probably live bet it here because as soon as they start making buckets, Illinois down a player. He's currently playing. He's back in. He was in the computer area. Yeah, as soon as they start making buckets, it's that line's gonna shift. As soon as they get a stop and a bucket, that line will shift again. Like right now. You know, I can't see the line getting better than the minus 2.5 unless Illinois just went on a disaster of a run. I just took them at minus 3.5 live. And it'll get better as soon as they make a bucket here in Loyola Chicago after that stop. But it's early for Illinois. You got minus 2. Very nice. Definitely early. Definitely early. Chef Bayer, bet him again at minus 2.5. Minus $1.15. They're currently live at minus 3.5. All right, folks, jumping into the next one, Syracuse, West Virginia. Syracuse coming in, catching 3.5. West Virginia laying 3.5. This number was a tad bit higher just a little bit ago. Total on this one over and under 147. Jumping into the side-by-side comparison, obviously the Orange making nice work of San Diego State to advance into the second round. Easy start to finish, smashing victory over San Diego State, sent them packing to where they belong at SDSU. Christopher says, if they blow this game, we deserve to lose. LOL, biggest upset of the tournament. Damn straight. Damn straight. I'm trying to bait a service into calling. I just straight replied to him. He says the winner will be texted to you, and your 4-day trial is just $44 after that. So I just replied, call so we can hear your sales pitch. Let's see if they actually call. I literally replied, call so we can hear your sales pitch, not so I can hear your sales pitch. That would be absolutely awesome. All right, so West Virginia. West Virginia made some good work of Morehead State with an easy gimme game, 84-67 in the first round, as expected. West Virginia was able to handle their easy competition, unlike some of these other teams, allowing some of these lesser teams to advance. Joseph, you're the nut job that took Loyola to the Elite Eight. You know, it's definitely possible. Rich, you're excited for the speakerphone on the live show. You know, they're not going to call, but hold on. Here's another one. Sure. Sure, call me. I'm trying to get one on the phone so we can have some fun. All right, so West Virginia made easy work of Morehead State. What do we expect out of this game today? The Qs have been playing some great basketball. You know, they beat North Carolina and Clemson to end the regular season. They beat NC State in the ACC Conference Tournament, as well as a very close battle against Virginia to get sent packing in the ACC Tournament. Here we go, Illini. They're still off shooting. Their shooting is still off. You know, Joseph, I'm right there with you about not wanting Illinois in the Final Four. If Illinois makes the Final Four, they're going to be tough to beat. They're going to be tough to beat. You know, I don't want to see Gonzaga win. I'm not a Gonzaga fan, sorry. More of a Gonzaga. I'm definitely not a Gonzaga fan at all. But anyways, for this game between West Virginia and Syracuse, there's no denying both teams' amazing offensive capability. You've got Syracuse, who hits 51%, 51.4% from the field. West Virginia, a little less than that, 49.1%. Three-point shooting, West Virginia coming in, ahead at 36%, 34.9%, so round up 35% conversion from three-point range for Syracuse. Syracuse converts their two-point plays at a rate of 50.7%. They're knocking down free throws at an incredible 79%. West Virginia knocking down their two-point plays a mere 46.5% of the time. They struggle. 71.7% conversion from the charity stripe as well. Two-foul participation. This has been something that's been a thorn in Syracuse's side, but they've been playing, great work and, playing great and making it work. They're definitely going to be the taller team. Syracuse will have the height advantage by about an inch height advantage here. Two-foul participation. Syracuse is in it 60% of the time. It's one thing that I tell you guys all the time that definitely makes me not like, Syracuse, is that they're willing to, risk foul trouble early because the bench is just not that deep. They go to the bench for only 18.5% of their total minutes. As far as, West Virginia, they go to the bench for 30%. Alex, you live bet Illinois at -2. Very nice. They're laying 2.5 right now, currently at Bet Online. Gene, Gonzaga's definitely going to be hard to beat, and unfortunately for me, 3 of my 5 futures are all in that West bracket with Gonzaga. And like I said, the futures that I have are going to knock or have an opportunity to knock each other off before they can get rid of Gonzaga in an Elite 8, which sucks. Illinois definitely taking some shitty shots early and trying to keep up pace is what it is. But, you can see Illinois may not be the better team in the current moment, but talent level and overall, they're just playing sloppy. When you play sloppy and you rush, you're off your game. So, Illinois slow it down just a tad bit and get back to doing what they do. We know they're a fairly fast-paced team at 16.7 seconds. Loyola Chicago is not. Loyola Chicago is a slower-paced team, and they're pushing it right now. Loyola Chicago is an 18.5 second on average per possession team. The 305th slowest team in the country, and here they are pushing the pace against the Illini, and I think it has Illinois off their game. So once they adjust to it, it'll be a different story. Once they adjust to it. This is what we talked about. The first 10 minutes, you may be able to get Illinois, live, as close to a pick'em as possible. It's -1.5 right now at BetOnline. But back to the Syracuse and West Virginia game, because I keep getting sidetracked. I like Syracuse in this spot. I do. I know it sounds insane, but I like the dog in the situation at +3.5. I liked it better when it was +4. I may buy it up if I was going to do anything. But I do like Syracuse plus the 4 points, or +3.5. I'd be more inclined to take him if it was 4. There we go. Illinois knocking down a 3. So the guy I texted, call so we can hear your sales pitch, goes, do you agree to the offer? Like to get you this game ASAP. I said, sure, call. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to bait him. All right? I am trying as hard as possible to bait him. And hopefully we'll be able to. Because that would be fun. But again, I do lean towards Syracuse plus the 3.5. West Virginia is going to be a great team. West Virginia, I mean, they're a definite solid program, but when you take a look at how they ended their regular season, losing to Oklahoma State twice, 85-80, 72-69. They lost to Baylor in overtime. They lost 3 out of their last 5 games, and their 2 wins were against TCU and Morehead State. And even farther back, if you take a look at their last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games, in their last 9 games, they're 5-4, but their only wins are against Texas, TCU twice, Kansas State, and Morehead State. So I don't like how they've been playing. I love how Syracuse has been playing as of late. I really do. I like what I see out of Syracuse. If you had to take, a coaching matchup, I'll take Jim over Bob any day of the week. And old buddy, West Virginia's going to have to figure out how to shut down old buddy, because he's going to put up 30 again today. He's going to put up probably 30 again today. Hey, 2-2. Why don't you go pound sand there, Loser. But again, I don't have anything on the game just yet. I'm definitely leaning towards it. But I do like Syracuse plus the 3.5, but I really like it a little bit better at the 4-point mark. Maybe they don't win. Maybe they don't win outright in advance. Edward, the common sense. As far as the total goes, over and under 147, I can plead a case either way while we get over 147. I really do. I do lean towards the over as well. But again, I don't have anything on the over. As far as the live bet right now, Illinois is actually +1.5. You can get them at +1.5. So, down 8. So everything we talked about Illinois live betting, you'll have that opportunity. So, here's your opportunity at plus 1.5 for the Illini to avoid an upset. They're down 8 and Loyola Chicago with the ball. Edward 100% would be a bracket dagger. Oh, they could win. How many times have we seen them advance? If Illinois plays defense like that, the game's over. If Brad Underwood doesn't get his program in check and get those kids in check and start and get them to start playing the defense that we know, North Enders is a bracket dagger. Who still has a bracket remaining, right? The calls are definitely not going Illinois' way. We see that. And see that, on that last play. Definitely getting worked. Frazier holding that hand a minute ago. That's definitely not good for Illinois. But yeah, it comes down to defense. They're not playing any. They're getting outworked. And out-hustled right now by a much smaller team on average. I'm actually really surprised they didn't call blow the whistle right there down below the basket. But it was a good defensive stop by the Illini. Lucky, I think they fall back into their little oh, man, that was a dagger for Illinois. In and out from 3. I think they'll have their days. They seem to be playing quality basketball and made some good adjustments after the break. As far as Baylor, well, we definitely take a look at that one. We will take a look at the Baylor game. We do have a play on the other side. And we have a play on the total, but I don't mind going over it. I don't mind going over it. May not make some of you guys happy. Down 10. Illinois down 10. Look at that live line now. Look at that live line now. DJ, right? If we lose, it's rigged. That's what you're supposed to do when you got that big man. Give it to him down low. Let him put it in the hoop. When you got Cockburn, give it to him down low. That's what you need to do. And actually step up, play some defense. Edward, we did it at the same time. We hit that one at the same time. See? Just sloppy play by Illinois right now. Sloppy play. We get it. You're streaming it on Twitch, all right? We get it. You're streaming it on Twitch. But anybody with basic cable can watch it on CBS Sports there, moron. Don't forget our big Sunday guarantee. If you need a big one, we've got it. It is only $50. Guaranteed to win, or you get the next one free. And if you want my personal plays, 3 days, $99. $99. I'll be honest, I think premium plays are sweeping the board today. They had a bad day yesterday. We all know that. We always bounce back extremely tough We always bounce back extremely tough, and I don't expect any different from today. So look for premium plays to be added today. Well, Sheriff Edward is earning his keep today. Yeah, Edward, you know, live betting is and can be dangerous. Live betting can definitely be dangerous. Because it's just too easy. Illinois live plus 2.5. You know, if they go down much more than this, I mean, it's hard. It's always hard to make comebacks. There you go. There's a big 3. There's a big 3. Hit that 3, instantly move the line to 1.5. All right, so Wisconsin and Baylor. Going to be taking a look at that one for you guys real quick. We may be on the wrong side of this one, old Edward. Wisconsin coming in +6, Baylor laying 6. That line was actually 6.5 this morning. The line is down to 6. It's down 0.5 point. Illinois has 3 guys underneath the basket, and they still give up an offensive rebound. 3-1. Yeah, Renault, they were definitely losing bad. Florida was, and look where they're at. Look where they're at. When you total on this one over and under 136.5, when you take a look at Wisconsin, guys, they ended up the regular season 10-10 in conference play, losing 3 straight. Illinois, Purdue, and Iowa. They beat Penn State. They beat Penn State in their Big Ten Conference tournament. Lost to Iowa. They beat North Carolina the other day. Absolutely demolished them. Rolled right past them. You take a look at what they did in the beginning of the season, beating Minnesota, beating Indiana, beating Nebraska, Michigan State, Louisville, smashing Loyola Chicago. You know, and they had some good games along the way, but, you know, conference play, they definitely struggled against the better caliber teams. When you look at Baylor and their impressive 13-1 conference record, only loss was to Kansas. Losing to Oklahoma State by 9 in the conference tournament, in the Big 12 conference tournament to Oklahoma State. They just smashed Hartford. Baylor is rolling. The Bears out of Waco have been absolutely rolling in this situation. But when you look at the Bears and how they played against other quality opponents, all right, we all know they smashed the Illini back in the regular, you know, in the very beginning of the season, back on December 2nd. But you look at that game against Texas Tech. They won by 8. They won by 8 in their game against Kansas. You take a look. Auburn, they had a 12-point victory, and they should have really smashed them there. Iowa State on the 23rd of February. They beat them by 5. Then they lost to Kansas on the road. They beat West Virginia, but it took overtime on the road. And they lost. Or, I mean, they ended up beating West Virginia in overtime on the road, but they beat them by 5. Beat Oklahoma State by 11. Baylor is beatable. Yeah, thank you, Gene. Yeah, it's on CBS on regular TV. Joseph says, Edward's sister Jean already prayed harder. She beat you to it. That's funny. We're both on our game this morning. As far as this one goes, when you look at the numbers, that side-by-side comparison, do I think Wisconsin is live? I think they've been playing some great ball. I think they have some huge momentum going into a monster game. North Ender brings up a very valid point. Says, I told you guys yesterday, every game other than Colorado and Illinois at some point in the first half You could have got a better line than on the favorite. It's a trend to keep an eye on. Ask Florida, or it's a trend to keep an eye on. Ask Florida State and Kansas. No doubt about it. Lucky says Illinois may be down, but good teams make adjustments. It's definitely still early. Oh my God, it's early. Ask me in 25, in 23 more minutes of play. But if you're going to allow them just to take those big deep threes, you got to play some defense. Yeah, it's definitely the same individual. He's definitely dedicated. He's definitely dedicated. Oh! Look at him. Loyola mad because he got cup checked. There you go. Break the confidence of Loyola. Hit him in the nut. Got hit in the dick with the ball. Hey, great. That was a great offensive awareness. You already jumped. There was no pass. You take it off your opponent, and it just so happens it went off his nuts. Edward says, if the Illini don't cover, it's a huge bet on Baylor for me. These dogs have been pesky in this tournament. We keep seeing it time and time again. Zero defense by Illinois. Zero defense. Wisconsin. When you compare offense to offense, Baylor all season long, their numbers are absolutely rolling. Baylor, 57% shooting from the field. Stacey Roach might be the person you called and traced your number. No, my number is untraceable. Wouldn't come back to this show, that's for sure. Baylor hitting 57% from the field. 41.4% conversion from three-point range. Number one three-point shooting team in the country. 53.8% conversion of all the two-point plays. 69.5% success rate from the charity stripe. This excellent shooting team, put them on the line and they're sub 70%. Brent says, no man hitting another man there on purpose. Damn, that sucks. It was good. It was good. I mean, he was, obviously going for the legs, and it just so happens he nailed him right in the dick. But, it is, nothing like the nutsack pass there, as Keith says. Jesus says, poke him in the eye, right? Wisconsin, on the other hand, they're going to have a tall task. Their defense is where it's at. For them, their defense is going to have to keep them in play, and their offense is going to have to pick up a faster pace like we saw in their last game. They're generally a slower paced team, but if they're going to want to have success today, either one, they're going to have to slow down Baylor, which they can't do, or two, they're going to have to beat Baylor at their own game. Baylor is a faster paced team, 16.5 seconds on average per possession. Wisconsin hitting 50% from the field overall. Quality from three-point range at 36.5%. They struggle, converting those two-point plays, every jump shot, layup, and dunk at 46.5%, but they're an excellent free throw shooting team at 77%. Two-foul participation. This is Baylor's liability in the first half. They're in it 30% of the time. Wisconsin, 9.4%. Major advantage for Wisconsin in the first half, with Baylor being in the two-foul participation, assuming they get into foul trouble. Height advantage. Over an inch and a half height advantage on average per player coming out of Wisconsin. Wisconsin will definitely be the bigger team. We'll see it today. Will they feel it? I think Baylor will feel it. I think when you get two quality defenses, shit happens, shit breaks, and the offenses, let loose, especially when it comes to, both of these teams and their offensive abilities. One thing's going to break. You've got a top 35 defense in Baylor. You've got a top 15 defense in Wisconsin. Baylor, the third-ranked offense in all of Division I. Wisconsin, the 26th. You can't have high-flying offense and a lockdown defense all at the same time. Something's going to give. Something's going to give. You know, as far as this one goes, I'll be honest with you, we do have a premium play. Les, I agree with you, man. I definitely agree with you. Joseph says, Sister Jean built different, for sure. Absolutely. And I'll talk more about this, what I see out of Illinois here shortly. As far as Wisconsin and Baylor, Wisconsin may not win the game. They may not win the game, but I think they keep the number. When it's all said and done, I think they keep that number tight. I don't think Baylor rolls away with it. I don't think Baylor has a monster blowout victory. Maybe I'm seeing it completely wrong. Illinois complaining about the no calls. I wouldn't be surprised if they give Cockburn opens up his mouth again, give him a technical or something. Yapping at the officials on the last play, on the last drive, not this one. Just another poor opportunity. But as far as this one goes, premium play, Wisconsin plus a 6.5. Woo. Getting stuck in that hole down there. We're going to put this one up on the board. And I know I'm not going to make some of you guys happy. And maybe I'm reading the wrong dog here, but I think they keep it. I think they keep it close, and that's where we got it at. We got it at 6.5 pregame. They're at 6 right now. I'd take it up a half a point. Wisconsin plus the 6.5 is the premium play that's on the board. They may not win outright. But I think they keep it close enough where 6.5 points is enough for me to want to bet it as well. Never say never when it comes to Wisconsin shooting. Their game against Penn State, if you guys remember, that Wisconsin-Penn State thriller, they shot 52% from three-point range. They converted their free throws to the rate of 87%. They went 13 of 15. They shot threes at a rate of 12 out of 23. They're converted, their two-point plays is where they actually struggled, 13 of 31. Even in their loss to Iowa, they shot 41.2% from three-point range. They shot 100% from the charity stripe. It's those two-point plays that they've been struggling with. Their game against Wisconsin, charity stripe, they went 10 of 12 for 83%. Three-point range, 48%. They finally started converting their two-point plays, which I think is deadly for them. It's been their one thorn in their side all season long. It's been one part of their game that they've been lacking, is converting their two-point plays. They converted at a rate of 53% against North Carolina. But the fact is, guys, their last 3 games, they shot 48% from three-point range. 41%, 7 of 17. As well as 52.2%, where they went 12 of 23. So to say they can't shoot again that way, guys, they've been shooting 3 straight games, and that's all I pulled up. I can pull up records for even farther than that, and their shooting has been lights out as of late. Absolutely lights out as of late. They shot 37.5% from three-point range in their final game of the regular season against Iowa. They converted their twos at a rate of 53%, which is much better than what they've definitely been averaging. And again, they shot 100% from the charity stripe. 100% from the charity stripe. So can they do it again? They've been shooting great. They've been shooting great the latter, half of the season. Now, they may be losing to the Illinois and the Purdue's, but they've been keeping it close, and their shooting has been phenomenal. Now, their game against Purdue, they shot horrible. They shot horrible from three-point range. Out deep was cold, but their last 5 games from three-point range have been absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. When Wisconsin's shooting, they're hard to beat. No doubt about it. So as far as this one goes, they may not win the game outright. That's not what I'm saying. I think they'll have an opportunity to keep the number within 6.5. So premium play is Wisconsin plus the 6.5. And remember, premium plays had a disaster day yesterday. So they either have another disaster day starting with Wisconsin, or they go 3-0. I'm gonna bet on the latter of the 3-0 part. So, fade, follow. Here's an opportunity. Why is Underwood still sitting on the bench? Why is he not calling a timeout and stopping the bleeding for his team? You're scrambling. Illinois is beating at your own fast-paced game. You're taking way too many horrible offensive opportunities. I mean, you're getting stops on defense, and then you're actually making just absolutely horrendous decisions when you are on offense. And I may be completely wrong. Maybe Baylor comes in and absolutely rolls against Wisconsin. But again, I see it completely different. If it would have been the Wisconsin team 6, 7, 8 games ago, that was the Wisconsin shooting team that we saw all season long. Wisconsin's been rolling shooting-wise. Their last 5 games, the numbers have been phenomenal. I think they've missed a handful of free throws over the course of 5 games. So, Nathan says, Sister Mary and the shit Ramblers, they're taking us all down, brother. They're taking us all down. Look at that live line now. Illinois plus 4.5 down massive. Hopefully not. Hopefully they have they're going to need a monster comeback. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Peter, I agree with you, man. They have 0 defense, and they're looking like trash on offense. You have 3 guys underneath your own basket, and you can't get an offensive rebound. Or, excuse me, a defensive rebound. Gene says free throws make a difference. Alabama proof they make half. They cover the spread. Fact. You want to cover the spread, make sure you're betting on teams that are covering the, knocking down free throws if you want to cover spreads. It's definitely a game of runs, but when you're making, I don't know if you guys just saw that steal. I will tell you, every whistle is against Illinois. And I'm not just saying that because I have a small bet on them. All right, I have a very small bet on Illinois for what I normally bet. So basically, I have no dog in this fight. It's a small, it's like a strong lean. I have $500 on it, whereas I have $3,000 on premium and personal plays. As far as this one goes, if you try and take the unbiased, the fact that I bet $500 on it, every whistle is going against them, but they're not helping themselves. They're not helping. There's 0 defense. Look at that 3. You just let that kid take a deep 3, and they're rolling. Loyola is rolling, and they're embarrassing them. At what point you're going to go into the half with fucking 3 timeouts. Why don't you call one? Settle your team down. This is, as far as coaching goes, in my opinion, we got to celebrate. We got to celebrate a soccer win. A plus 220 draw winner for everybody. Soccer does it again. Soccer does it again. Rio Ave and Belanis for a draw. 0-0. And there was a red card given to Belanis at the 4-minute mark. And we still ended up with a 0-0 draw. Plus 220. Cash it, baby. You know, if there's one thing that's been dependable all March and February and January, it's been the fucking soccer plays. Congrats to everybody on our soccer. Big plus 220. Not only did we hit Villarreal in the first half, I know we dropped the Hoffenheim plus 100. All right, we're up a little over 2 games on the day. And I'm going to be honest, that secures, yet again, another winning soccer day. Because we do have one more play. We do have one more soccer play that starts in a little bit. And it doesn't even matter if we lost it. You still have a winning soccer day. Congrats to everybody on the big dog. Another winning soccer day for everybody. Now we just need March Madness to turn that one around. So going into the half, down 9, it could have been a lot worse. You know, so here's what I don't like about the game. Here's what I don't like about what I see out of Illinois right now. It's not so much the kids, it's the coach. Brad Underwood just went into the half with 3 fucking timeouts. Use them or lose them. You know, you got to use your timeouts or you lose them. Why was there such a big run between the, stopping your team and stopping the bleeding? You're a great coach. You have more talent. You're the better team. You're the bigger fucking team. But your kids are riled. They're rattled. They're not settled in their place. They're getting beat by a Loyola Chicago. Why not call a timeout? You got fucking 3 of them. Call that timeout. Settle your team down. Slow them down. That's something that we would see Kansas do in the regular season in the beginning when it's a teaching environment. This is not a teaching environment. You're in the fucking win or go home stage. I don't like that out of Brad Underwood. He should have called multiple timeouts in different situations to stop the flow of the game. Loyola Chicago is rolling and they're hurting you. Call a timeout, put a Band-Aid on, and call a set play. Call a set play, set it up, get an easy bucket down low. And then maybe call another timeout and set up a defensive stop. So hopefully he was just waiting to the half. Hopefully there's a better, reason why he's not trying to stop the bleeding early. But hopefully good coaches and good teams make the corrections at the half. You see it all the time. Down 11, come back, win by 20. So hopefully we see it. Edward says, maybe I'm the soccer jinx today. Soccer jinx? We had a winning soccer day yesterday. And a winning soccer day the day before. And a winning one the day before that. And the day before that. Oh, Andre, 100% agree with you. I agree with you 100%. Every coach has a coaching strategy and a coaching style. I agree with you. But yeah, he's definitely in their ass. And they definitely got punked early. 100%. I agree with you. I agree with you. Nate says he's higher-ranked Big Ten teams seem to be playing timid. They're getting outworked. Loyola Chicago beat them at their own game. Loyola Chicago averages 18.6 seconds on average per possession. Now, I don't have a stopwatch on me, but I know they're running a lot faster than that right now. Peter, I wouldn't say it was overconfident. I think it's lack of hustle. I think it's lack of trying to settle down. They got down early, and they're trying to do too much rather than just slow it down, take that easy bucket, and then try and get a stop. Oh, lucky, the soccer hasn't stopped. It's not just a thing that's been going on for a week or two. It's been going on for a long time. The soccer stuff has actually been going on since COVID last year, March of last year. Soccer has been phenomenal, nonstop. But again, we are on Wisconsin, and that one's coming up in an hour and 40 minutes. But yeah, hopefully they make the necessary adjustments. Second half number, just so you guys know. Second half line, Illinois laying 6. Illinois laying 6, down 9 at the half, over and under 71.5. Yeah, Dave, that line in PSG, big match later. I looked at that one. I looked at that one last night. I steered very clear of it. Jesus says whoever gets that soccer for the year is fire. It definitely is. Man, baseball is going to be awesome. Baseball will be here before you know it. By the way, I believe Friday, Japanese system play start, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Friday, Japanese baseball season starts. So we should start seeing that added in the mix as well. That should be good. That should be good. Full slate of games on Friday, too, for them. How about the Bay Stars and the Giants opening up the season against each other? And when Japanese baseball starts on Friday, I'll tell you some of the stories from when I was in the Navy stationed in Japan, going to all the Bay Star games and the Yomiuri Giants games. Because let me tell you, they don't do the wave. They don't do the charge. But man, they serve some alcoholic beverages. Edward says, oh man, Kyle kills baseball and international. We love baseball. Juan says the only thing frozen is the Illinois basketball. I agree 100%. Nick, if the final score is 0-0 and you bet the money line, is that a loss? Yes. If you bet the money line. If you bet them as a pick 'em, no, it would be a push. If you bet the draw, it would be a win. It would be a win. Rich, they drink beer and they drink something called a chew high. Which it only takes a couple of them to knock you on your ass. The beer girls and the chew high girls walking around the stadiums with kegs on their back and cups. No longer, you don't have the beer guy giving you a bottle and pouring it in a cup. They got girls with kegs on their backs walking up and down the stands. It's actually pretty impressive how much they drink at the games. All right, folks, I am going to get out of here. Am I playing the second half? I think so. I haven't put it in yet. I keep looking at it and debating and debating and debating and debating. But yeah, I think I'm going to play the second half. Do I have anything on the website to explain the baseball system plays? I know you explained it many times, and I don't want to waste people's time on here looking to get on these. Nate, I don't know if... I meant to do music on that one. I don't know if it's on the website, but I'll be more than happy to explain it to you. Send me an email, kyle@cappersdirect.com. Just a progressive betting style of betting that, we've mastered and honed over the years. And they're lights out. System plays are amazing. I'll send out an email about them. Maybe later today if I have time. Oh, Dick Kick Actual. CJ changing his name. What's going on? Andre, second half was 6. I just refreshed it. Second half is still 6, but they're juicing it minus $1.20. So, second half is 6, down 9. Lose by 3. And you'd be at a push. Definitely look for changes in an energy level. No doubt about it. All right, folks, I'm going to get out of here. Remember, there's a members-only video. Members-only live show for Cat Nation family members. That means you need a $14.99 membership to see the next live show that will be going off in 1 hour and 25 minutes. Remember, YouTube generally doesn't send out a notification. By the way, first of all, you guys are lacking on the thumbs up. Come on, get off your asses. Give us a big thumbs up. Help get the videos trending on YouTube. I know I was late and all that today. But come on, I battled through the migraine and I still got it. Deserve those thumbs up. But as far as the live show, we'll be live at 2:30 Eastern time. Remember, YouTube does not send out notifications for that, so follow me on Twitter at CapNationKyle. I post a link on Twitter. The company posts one as well as in the YouTube community page. And we'll be live in just a little bit for a little more chit-chat. All right, guys, we'll talk about futures for Major League Baseball later in the week because we got plenty of time for that one. We've got 10 days, but we'll talk futures here in a little bit as well. All right, so good luck to everybody. Please wager responsibly. Don't do anything stupid. And we'll see you guys all at the Members Only Live show. And again, if you're not a member, click that join button right now. Come become a YouTube exclusive member. And I'm telling you, if you're not on my plays, you're going to miss out today. I've got 4 plays, college and pro. If you're not on them, you're flat out missing out on my personal plays. All right, guys.